Hello and welcome to another video, and today we are in a very interesting location. We are at an ex-RAF base shut in 1991 just after the Cold War, but it's a fantastic location to look around. So what you're looking at now is the guard house. There's been a main reception for people coming onto the base. If we have a look up there, it says high power radio transmissions. Everyone entering these gates is to be aware that a microwave radiation hazard may exist at heights over 3 meters above the ground before climbing any external steps, ladders, buildings or installation, or being lifted in a hoist. Everyone, including visitors and contractors, personnel, is to obtain clearance. So yeah, this is the main guard room, and we'll have a little look inside in a minute. As you can see from the outside, the building has taken quite a bit of a battering for the weather. The roof is gradually collapsing and falling away, which is a real shame. But let's go in and have a look inside. Visitors would have come into the main door here. This is the guard room. And with their ID, they would have come in these main doors here to the reception. So we're now behind the desk. This would have been the main administrative office. If we come through here, it's the other side of the doors. And we make our way through. So, RAF police unit. Just the toilets there. This first room here is very interesting. So we've got big metal doors, and inside, as you can see, there's a rack for the guns to be placed. And all the armoury, basically this was, we come through here, you can see up how the weather and the elements have gradually taken over. We have another interesting room here. This would have been where they might have kept the flares and explosives and things like that in here. The paint peel, look. Absolutely incredible. You see that? Look. Safe custody. Look how the door fully protected metal door. Another building room here. We come out. This might have been a meeting room, but again, look at the paint peel. Absolutely insane. How property left to the elements gradually starts falling apart. So we come outside again. We've got a few other buildings to look around. We'll go in this one first, shall we? Just empty buildings now. We've got a lot of the tiles off the roof have all come down now. We'll gradually make our way around the site. So another thing that's interesting with this site was it used to house Bloodhound missiles here, and also being a radar station as well, which made it strategically important for the East Coast. And important thing here, if we look at this building here, unfortunately we won't be able to get in, is just under here is where they housed their nuclear bunker. Unfortunately, as you can see here, it's actually been concreted over, so people can't get in. Let's find some more interesting things to see. So as we make our way up this path, the site is absolutely huge. This building here could have been possibly the mess room for personnel. Let's have a look inside here. I love when you come into these buildings, how you get the paint peel gradually coming off the walls. How the buildings look so weathered now. Oh, they're falling apart. The ivy, or the... Whoa, do you see that? It's an owl. Wow. Ivy or the brambles take over. It gradually gets reclaimed by nature. This would have been the toilets. Fantastic views outside, as you can see. So we make our way out of the mess room and then carry on up. As you can see, a row upon row of lights. So we work our way up to the base. The base is absolutely huge. So you get quite an idea now of the size of the base as we pan around. Over there in the distance is where the radar stations would have been, and the radar control area. We'll have a look at that a little bit later on. So we've got some more buildings here. I haven't a clue what this one's used for. But the interesting building next, which is the one we are going to go to, is the exit to the nuclear bunker that I said earlier on, that was concreted over. And this is the building here. So in the height of the Cold War, with Ronald Reagan, and we had Margaret Thatcher at the time, and Russia had Brezhnev, nuclear war was a serious and real threat, and a lot of big bases had nuclear bunkers installed, and this was one of them. But as you can see here, that's completely welded shut. And see, some YouTube explorers have managed to get into the nuclear bunker, but it's a very risky thing to do. But this is the exit for the bunker. So where we're standing now is the pad that would have housed the Bloodhound missiles. You can see, if we go up to it, the bolts and the cabling and trunking that would have ended up controlling everything in the power. And on this site there is about 6 or 7 different concrete bases that would have housed all the missiles. They've all been in this area here. There's another one here. And can you just imagine, in the height of the Cold War, this would have been top secure site, prepared for any eventuality or anything that was going to happen. We've got another pad over here as well. And they seem to branch off. So we've got another one here, and then as we make our way up, there's another one here. See again, this would have been where they would have housed the missiles all the way around here. So there's about six, 7 different pads. Let's go on and find something else to see. So what we're coming up to now is the radar station. These are dotted around all over the site. As we go round, we'll get inside and have a look inside one of these. These would have been like the controller areas. The whole of each of the radars controls. And as you see here, what have we got here? We've got people's names that would have been working here. There's a control door to get in and out. This would have been the main hub for the personnel working on the radar, doing the maintenance, the computers and things like that. We step out, go in here now. This would have been the main control hub building. Go in here. Sounds like I know a lot about the site, but I've only watched other YouTube videos from other people who do know a lot about it, so I've been able to get some kind of information about this site to share on this video. Possibly could have been the kitchen here. But this would have been the main building for the banks of computers that would have controlled the radar. As you can see, it is a huge, huge site. The noise in the background is the sea, and we'll just go over and show you how close to the coast we are. So this is the coastline, and this is how close we are to the base. Makes you wonder in time with coastal erosion whether or not some of this base will actually fall into the sea. So as we make our way around, we'll come around to this building here, and this would have been the generator room that would have housed all the power to control the radars and everything. Again, we can have a little look inside here. There's not a lot in here, I don't think. Let's have a look. But in its day, this would have been full of generators and different electrical motors controlling everything. So as you can see, the site is absolutely huge. It's not every day you can walk around an ex-RAF site, but in its day would have been top secure and top secret. And now we could walk around it all to ourselves. So we're now coming to another building, and you see how nature's gradually creeping in, how the weeds and berries are now starting to come in. This is yet another building that would have been like a control room or control building with the computers too for another one of the radar stations. these radar stations are dotted all the way around the site. And another generator room. So the area we're heading to now is where all the dogs would have been housed, and this is all the kennels for them. As you can imagine, they probably would have had quite a few Alsatians that would have been in here. There are a lot of kennels, and this again would have been for patrolling the base, make sure no trespassers came in or anything like that. So lastly we come to this area here, these big concrete walls, big gates. And we believe that these walls would have been as camouflage and protection for military vehicles that would have been stored here, so that any planes flying over wouldn't have registered what was here. As you can see, these go all the way along. It's a big area. They possibly could have had camouflage nets over the top for the trucks and things like that. Could be one of the buildings where they serviced the vehicles. Let's have a look inside. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, quite interesting, about a base that in the height of activity in the 80s would have been top secret. Now is totally abandoned. So thanks for watching the video and hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.